New and updated mods are here for Farm Sim 22. In total, 35 mods were released today on the in-game mod hub. All platforms got 9 new and 7 updates, and PC and Mac players got 11 new and 8 updates. Of course, we'll be looking at all the new ones, plus reviewing everything that was updated. And if you like staying updated with the latest mods and news in Farm Sim, hey, make sure you're subscribed. Otherwise, let's check out today's mods. Starting off today, we have new ones for all platforms. The first mod is the Fendt 700 Vario Gen 7. We already are up to Gen 7. This is one of my favorite tractors of all time, and it's got a nice update. We start off with 203 horsepower with a variable transmission that goes 24 miles an hour. Now we could bump that up to 31 miles an hour, and then we have kind of a similar thing at 223 horsepower. We could do 24 or 31 miles an hour. 243 horsepower, 262. We actually have a few different setups here. We can increase that up to 37 miles an hour, and then 303 horsepower with all 3 of those speeds, which is super cool. With brands, we have pretty standard stuff here through Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Rotaflail, and Nokian tires. Now, these are interesting, though, because in here, of course, we have a standard. We have Vario grips that have been included. We do have wide tires. We have a second set of wides. We've got twins, rear twins, and then we have a couple sets of narrows. We have kind of like a wide narrow and a thinner, skinny inner narrow. I like the outer, wider, narrow tires. It just looks a little bit more normal to me, but I really like that. And then back to standard again. Wheel weights, we could do standard. We have a flange on there, 300, 600, 1000. It backed down. One of the things I really like about this is the wheel weight is separate. I really hope that we see more mods like this in the future. We're going to leave those on because there's a color option for that later on. Line, we have the power setting number 1. Then we have the power setting number 2. Now, there's a few little things here and there that change. I believe this one's going to be inside here. We get an extra joystick and some buttons that have been moved around. So stuff like that. Let's see if we can back it up just a little bit. New settings around and that kind of thing. We also have, I believe those are cameras on the front. Kind of neat there. Beacon lighting, we have left, right, both, or nada. Warning signs, we've got warning signs added to the very back. And you can even throw some LEDs on the side. We'll add that and check it out. Panorama cabin? I didn't know that was one word. We've got that if you want it. We've also got the door on the right-hand side if you need that. Maybe accessing things a little bit extra. We've also got a lot of different lighting options for the top that have been moved around a little bit, and then back around. Design package. We've got the chrome exhaust design line at the front, and that's about it right through there. We're gonna go with a standard on this. Roof terminal, no or yes. So we've got that if you want it. Adds another screen in there for you. Front PTO, we have full control over this, yes or no. Main color, all of the colors. We do have the one that matters to me. We've got that Fendt petrol. Let's keep it on that. Roof color, this is kind of neat. Normally you don't change up the roof. Keeping it white is a good idea, so we will do that. Additional rim colors, this is your weight. So additional rim color is the weight color. And then we have the rim colors themselves, all kinds of stuff through there. That doesn't look too good. Additional weight. Let's make it gray. Why not? And then that's it. Let's go and buy one of these. We'll jump in, turn it on, and see what we've got. So we have, let's see, left, we can open up the top. Right, we can open up the door. And then we can open up the rear. So that is kind of nice. Not a whole bunch of different stuff that we could do, but we do have a whole lot of stuff on the inside, which I love. And this thing sounds great. One thing I'm seeing, if you've got your lights turned on, the interior cabins actually turn dark, which is cool. And all of your different lights work appropriately for the back, which is super cool. Unfortunately, the sides don't have blinkers, but we do have LEDs everywhere. And I thought those were cameras, but maybe they're LED lights. Next up, we have the Lizard CRF 450R. This is from Farm Central Seoul, who actually have the second most downloaded mod on Mod Hub, which is their other motorcycle or dirt bike anyway, because they have 3 now. 59 horsepower on here. We have handlebar selection at the very top, in case you want to accidentally hit your head on there. Exhaust, we have a couple different exhaust options. Hand protection, yes, but we do have a new set on there as well, which is pretty cool. I believe those are from their other mods. We'll go with the new setup. Hub colors, we've got all of these different ones. Hub colors are nothing new for them. As a matter of fact, let's go with a nice blue there. Main color, let's go blue there as well. Secondary color, let's go red. Suspension, let's go red with that. Those are chrome. Is there any way to not make those chrome? No. So that is going to always be chrome, even Always. Gauntlet color, we'll go with a nice orange on there, but that does not look good. We'll stick it with white. And then rim colors, we'll stick with a nice sea green. Doesn't look the best in the world, but hey, it's here. Let's turn it on, see if there's anything we could do with it. That answer would be no. Gets up pretty quickly, just like their other motorcycle. Once it gets out of certain gears, it will take off, but it looks like right here we're kind of stuck in third, so you may want to try and use, I'm not quite sure. Would you want to use, oh, that's super weird. It's just not getting out of third gear, yeah. So you're going to need to use manual control of your gears, I think, if you want to get out of third gear. That's kind of upsetting. Let's see, do we have enough power to do a wheelie? Yeah, we could do that. All right. So it's cool, yeah, but unfortunately, we're stuck in third gear. Can't go any faster. Next, we have the Rotaflail Forage Harvester from Peter J. Modding. This, at the end of the day, is, well, it's kind of a mower, but it says it's missing function at the top, so maybe in an update we'll get that fixed. Basically, what you do is you hook this onto the back of a tractor. It's 25 horsepower required, 1.2 meter working width, so it's not a very large piece of equipment in itself. And then you utilize the auto drop silage trailer, which he released a couple months ago, something like that in between, and bam! You're ready to go. So you've got your trailer hitch on the back for that auto drop silage trailer. You got your PTO and hitch in the front for your small tractor. And now you can pick up forage, but it's a mower. Very cool. Next up, we have the Madara Agro Sunrise. This is a pair of weeders. Now, usually there's nothing too wild and crazy about weeders, but these are pretty sweet. 6 meters, 80 horsepower required, 11 mile per hour max working speed. Main colors, we have a couple different setups for that, and basically change the entire look of the machine. But that's not the fun part, because we have another version that's basically 2 of those. It is 12 meters on here. We can still do the same color option, so if you want to do that, I'm trying to find a setup that I actually like. Kind of the black and the red. There you go. 140 horsepower, 12 meters, 11 miles an hour on here. It's also pretty heavy at 6.6 tons, so maybe have a little bit bigger tractor than 140 horsepower. Next, we have the Lizard Cultivator 612. Not sure why it's 612, but it's a 2.5 meter working with 50 horsepower, no customization option. Cultivator. Next, we have the plastic box. This is pretty cool because you can load it up with different crops. So any base game bulk crop you could throw in here. 500 liters? Really? Wow, 500 liters. All right, and 50 kilogram weight on here as well. You can move it around with your front loaders, things like that. Mainly used for, I think, sugar beets, potatoes, that type of thing. But, I mean, you could technically do a little bit of carting with this if you want to. Next is going to be our country house, our first placeable today. This is a house which allows you to sleep and change your clothes. So you could sleep there, come around, please here, change our clothes, so you can do that. And we've got a nice little kind of like ladder set up, but it's up there. Yeah, I think we might be able to get up there. Let me in your house. I'm not trying to rob the place. I'm not K-Bot. So it looks like we can get up here. I don't think there's a special reason for it. By the way, the entire inside of the house is hollow, so there's nothing in there, unfortunately. Next to last new one's going to be the electrical grid poles. These are pretty cool because they are power lines. However, they work like fences, which is super cool. We've got quite a few of them as well, which is very, very nice. Let's go into decorations in fences, and we'll go to the very, very end. So we have a few different ones, like this guy right here. See if we can get away from the other ones. This is like an electrical network, so we can get to a certain point, but some of them can only be so close or so far away. So that's up there. Kind of similar thing here as well. So that's about as far away as we can get with that one. And that's just gonna kind of remain for all of these. This version, specifically the transformer, it only has a dedicated size. But I will say power lines make your maps much, much more realistic. So a lot of different versions, a lot of different ways, and they take up quite a bit of space too. However, they are very easy to delete if you need to. And your last new one for all platforms is the small wooden shed. This is going to cost you $5,000. and it is ideal for storing very small machinery, maybe like some of the stuff we got today. Jumping over to our updates for all platforms, first is going to be the T7HD Series Edition, version 1.2. Fixed textures of the front body, antenna, and grills, added flags on the weight and rear view mirror, animation on the passo flag and radio antenna, and added new BKT wheel configurations and wheels with white writing. Next up, the Boeckmann AT 4019-27 from Kasdan 18, a lot of numbers there, version 1.1, added floor config. Very similar thing to the Lizard car trailer from the same model, version 1201, floor texture improved. We also have an update to the Kroeger PW024 Bale Autoload. This is going to be version 1.1. The loading side can now be selected during assembly. The U key, select side, or Y key to open and close. I'm not quite sure what those are on consoles though. The unloading assistant can now be deactivated or activated. Configuration for the beacons has been added. UAL debug mode has been deactivated, and they've added the Krone Big Pack 1270 square bale support. Next up, the Hauer SGS2600 from ADA modding in the ABP team, version 1.7, increased the dump speed. Next to last, the Tractor Triangle Pack version 1.1.0.1 implement can be turned on again at the fast coupler. And your last update for all platforms today is the Cow Barn set from Lancey Boy version 1.1. Manure spawn has been fixed. Jumping over to our new ones for PC and Mac players, we have the Seco Duplex 310F Eco Mower. This is a sickle bar mower, which will make things nice and easy for you. Low power requirements, really good for alpine stuff, but you can use it anywhere if you want to. 3.1 meters at 7 miles an hour, 15 horsepower. That is it. It also weighs about half a ton by itself, which really ain't too bad. Now, working mode, we have wide spreading. You can do swath dropping, which is super duper cool. Linking bones on the side, or back rather, yep or no. And then PTO, you can change that up between yellow and black. Next, we have the Rauch AERO 32.1, and if you look at this going, that's not a new mod, man. We already have that. You are absolutely right. Yes, we do. However, there's a few things, and I want to thank Giants for contacting me and talking to me about this, kind of so I can understand it a little bit better. So, the version for all platforms is staying exactly the way it is, not getting an update, nothing like that. The new version for PC and Mac players is new, but it's also an update to the other version. It has added automatic section control, so you can choose how you want. It's a 27 meter working width on here, and you could choose the different sections just like a sprayer, which is very neat. So this is not only a new mod, but also an update all at the same time, so they just added another model. The new one is all capitals with the arrow, whereas the old version for crossplay is lowercase for the arrow. Next, we have the Desvoys Master-Field. This is one I'm not confused about. It is a mulcher. 110 horsepower is required for it, 3.5 meter working width at 7 miles an hour. Now, we can change this up to a mower if you want to, which is pretty cool, and then we have colors for the PTO of yellow and black. Next, we have the Lenormand 12 Ilm. This will hold 39 bales. Oh yeah, 125 to 180 round and 180 to 240 square bales. Wheel brands, we have Trelleborg, BKT, Michelin, Vredestein, Continental, and back in. Not many mods with wheel options today. Nice to see that. Box, we have yes and no. Usually it's at the front right and front right middle. Auto loading, yes or no. Sign markers, yes or no. We've also got a design of version 1 and version 2. It's going to be around towards the very back right there. Now, folding mechanism, we have set up for square bale ladders. Square bale ladders number 2 and number 3, which extends the front just a little bit. Then we have folding options for round bales, and then we have different setups for those pushed out towards the back. We also have setups for squares, again, set up for that. That's pretty cool. I like that. I haven't seen that in a lot of different things. Then we have our license plate. No color options. How's about a new straw blower? We have the EuroMark TX27HD. This is pretty cool, man. This is also from Agro Design Modding, who do a really good job. 2 bales can be held in here, but have some fun with it. 1.4 tons, 80 horsepower. Hooks up via 3-point. It's very similar to maybe some of those Teagle mods we've been seeing recently. Very cool. Next, we have the Fillable IBC Tank. This is supported by Manure System. It's so cool because we've got a couple mods like this already. Holds 1,000 liters and it'll hold quite a few different things as well. I think we have the silage additive in there. Looks like we've got milk, water, fuel, DEF, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. So you could use all of those as long as you got them in your tanker. You can unload them through here, through that little port there. Very cool. And like I said, it's Manure System compatible, so it can hook up with the pipes and everything. So cool. And we got some placeables. First up is the Ropa 4M cutter storage. This is kind of neat. So basically use this to call your header spot. So you can choose any of these that you want. It's very normal buttons. So I'm gonna choose the top one. We're gonna grab this. We'll turn on some help windows here so I can see what in the world I'm doing. This is meant for 4-meter header storage, so make sure you're using 4-meter headers. They also say that it is for these specifically and nothing else. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. There we go. You saw it kind of went boop and popped in and goes up and goes in. Now it says in the description the 3 4-meter headers. However, there's only one 4-meter header that's base game for Ropa, at least that I could find. So yeah, you can store 3 of them if you need to. Pretty cool. If you're running one of these machines, let's be honest, you're probably running 3. Next, we have the lime production. This intakes stones and outputs lime, like literally everything else. The thing is, though, it requires production revamp, and I have no idea why. Why does it need production revamp? We've literally, this was like the first factory we ever got at Farm Sim, like 2.5 years ago. Come on. Next is something kind of neat and hopefully will be useful to you guys in some way, shape, or form. The mini storage for wheelbarrows. This is, of course, PC only, unfortunately. And again, I have no idea why this is PC only. It doesn't require anything, nothing wild and crazy. But you dump into here, and then you get your crop out here. It's low, so you could use this with low trailers or a wheelbarrow, make it a little bit more realistic there. But yeah, it's kind of confused on why this is PC only. Actually, I know exactly why this is PC only. They added an extra script into it so that it can output whatever you've put in without popping up an extra menu. It's not multi-fruit. It'll put anything in here that you want, but it will only hold one crop at a time. So up to 8,000 liters of one single crop. And that's it. So you got 1 liter of wheat in there. It's only going to hold wheat. Next to last new one for PC and Mac players today is pretty sweet and actually has nothing to do with anything that you're seeing right here. I need to turn on this because when we jump in here, the bottom right-hand corner, it knows what's in it. So we have wheat in this one, pig food, grapes, and carrots. This is super useful just to see things at a glance. There was actually a mod that was like that already, but for some reason when Premium released, it didn't work anymore. And well, this one works perfect, so great. And your last new one for PC and Mac players today is called Disable Pedestrians. This makes people disappear. It's from Yoast Modding. We all know that he doesn't like people in general, so he made them all go away. Unfortunately, this is PC and Mac only. He was not able to make this work on all platforms, but as you can see, there is nobody walking on the side of the road. And it's kind of, I would say it's really difficult to figure out if this mod's working or not, but there's no people. It's fairly easy. This should have been called the Zombie Apocalypse mod. That'd have been nice. Lastly, today, let's talk about updates for PC and Mac players. First one is Multi-Fruit Harvester Pack, version 1101. Fixed a bug that disables harvesting another fruit type after harvesting the crops of the premium add-on. Vehicle Years, version 101, added better support for modders to add their own mods a year. The Ala-Talkkari AT-251 V2G, version 1100, improved behavior in thick snow and updated the store brand logo. One of my favorite mods, Better Contracts, got updated to version 1287. Lazy NPC should not work before noon of first day in month. New setting, limit jobs per farm and month. Added BC print vehicles console command and fixed the field lease compatibility. Manual discharge got updated 1006, fixed an issue that caused the vehicle to remain turned on or turn on automatically, which is very bad, when the unloading pipe was above the unloading site. Fixed an issue that caused multiplayer game loading stuck at 99%. Improved and cleaned the code. Removed unnecessary code. And description version updated. We also have an update to the No More Auto Lift version 1006. New mod icon, description version updated, and improved and cleaned the code. Just heads up, we all know the description version was updated. It has to be. That's a requirement of updates. And Cutter Fix. Improved the screenshots. Not reading the second one. And improved the mod icon. And Fov Control version 1003. Removed unnecessary code. Cleaned the code. And did not remove the unnecessary description version updated. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you do. Join the DjGoHam fam. Double check that notification bell. That way you never miss videos here on the channel. Not a bad setup of mods today. It's good to see Giants back in full swing. Tons of mods today, a very even amount of new, updated, and all platform and PC. Very nice. Hopefully we see this trend going forward. Otherwise, just hope you have a great day. We'll see you later.